Welcome, Mum, and today we have Sarah, a real-life mum who is 37 weeks pregnant and packing her hospital bag with us. Sarah's going to show you exactly what to put in a bag for you, for baby, and for your room to make your room feel like home when you're in the hospital. Watch the video. If you find it interesting, if you find it helps you, comment below. Do subscribe, like, and share with your friends to help other mums and let them know what to pack in their own hospital bag. So welcome, mums. Now today we are looking at what goes into a hospital bag. To do this, we've got a real live mum. So Sarah, welcome today. Now how many weeks are you?
37 weeks.
37 weeks, so almost ready. Now Sarah, when did you start packing your bag?
Over the last week, so just want to have it ready going into full term, so not rushing around on the day.
Exactly. So we're looking at kind of 36 weeks to start packing the bag. Now the good thing is Sarah is a real live mum here. It's your second pregnancy, so you've done it before.
Yep.
Now the first time we Google everything, we look at all the lists, and I guess on the second time it's a bit more about what I had last time, what worked for me, and what I maybe missed last time.
Yeah, there's a few things I've taken out, and then there's a few extra things I've got in. Now I know what the hospital have already there that I don't need to take, so not duplicating anything.
Perfect. Now also here in the Middle East where we are filming this, Sarah will be going to the hospital maybe for more than one day, so you are packing for an extended time. So it's good to know what to pack into your bag, maybe if you might be going in but you might need to stay as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the bags, we're going to pack the bags, and you can see exactly what goes into a hospital bag from a real live mum. So let's get started, Sarah. So we've got 3 bags here. Now this bag is going to be your bag,
yeah,
right? This bag is baby's bag, and this bag is the room bag as well. Sarah's husband is going to have a bag as well, but we've left him to pack that, and hopefully he brings a good bag on the day. So we're going to start, now which one should we start with? Your bag?
Start with my bag, that's all this stuff.
Perfect, so this is Sarah's bag. Nice bag here, and Sarah's now going to pack the bag, and we're just going to go through the items and let you know what goes into Sarah's bag.
Great. So the first thing that I've got is I actually have some swimwear in case I want to get in the birthing pool.
Perfect.
So just an easy tank top style bikini. So that's the first thing I have.
So always good to know if you do want to maybe even thinking about having a water birth, pack your swimwear.
In case.
Yeah, pack it just in case.
And to go with that, I've just got some slippers, easy ones to slide on and off if I'm getting in and out the water.
Perfect. And I think also when you're in the hospital, walking around, the floor can be cold if you haven't got your socks on, and you want to keep steady at all times. The slippers are really, really good.
Yeah, and then the other option I've got is the grippy socks as well.
Amazing, yes.
So they're quite loose, but always good to have the grips on them.
Yeah, so we want to keep steady on the floor.
Other than that, I have, so more for post-birth, but I've got a couple of pairs of button-down pyjamas, just so it's really easy for feeding.
Perfect, button down, yes. So you want to be able to open up your pyjamas and help let baby latch on easily.
Yeah.
So what would you wear during birth itself?
I tend to last time I was just in really comfortable, like loungewear pyjamas, so I had just a very loose top on and then shorts to start with.
And then nice ones to change into afterwards.
Exactly.
Perfect. And I guess 1 or 2 pairs, because you might, if you're staying there a little while, you'll want to change your pyjamas.
Yeah, after birth they do tend to give you like the gowns that you can wear, but it's always nice to put your own clothes on. So natural birth is normally on average 2 nights in the hospital here.
Good to know. So yeah, you might want 1 to 2 pairs of pyjamas, but don't forget your partner can always come in and drop off anything if you do stay longer.
I've also got nursing tops, which are just having something loose, comfortable. They've got the built-in bras with the detachable straps.
So these ones you can actually detach. Brilliant. Yeah.
So very easy just to open up the tops. So I've got a couple of those, so not having to worry about a nursing bra plus a top.
Brilliant.
Also just got, again, very large, very comfy, soft, like jogging bottoms to go with the tops. Just, you know, if you have any guests come, then you've got some clothes to put on.
Now Sarah's made a perfect point here. Very large, very comfortable, very soft.
Yes.
Don't think about bringing anything tight, anything uncomfortable. Now, obviously, you need to be careful if you do end up having a cesarean, or if you're going in for cesarean, to have something that doesn't sit where your skull would be. To be comfortable afterwards. I don't think we're going to be like pre-pregnancy. You're still going to have your little baby bump there,
Yes.
so make sure you're super comfortable in your clothes.
Yeah, and to go with that, I have big pants.
Big,
Really needed.
Big pants. Always make sure bigger the better. Yeah.
Yeah, and also the hospital do provide them, but I've got a couple of pairs anyway of the disposable underwear, big, loose. They just like tear at the sides
Yes.
as well,
Yeah.
and they're the best thing straight away after birth.
Perfect. And is that these or?
Yeah, that's these
Let's have a look
here.
at those. So nice big pants that you can
Big
just,
like short pants,
big short pants
and
that
then
you can
tear
just
at the
rip off.
sides. Yeah.
Brilliant. So the hospital will have some of these, but good to take your own in as well
Exactly.
to be prepared.
And then the last thing from my side is just a very loose going home outfit. So it's just a very loose maternity comfy dress to put on with a pair of flip-flops when leaving the hospital.
Brilliant. I think going home, it's all about comfort. Whatever you'll feel comfortable in going into the hospital, you'll feel comfortable going out of the hospital too.
Exactly.
So that is Sarah's bag for her.
Yep.
So a nice, neat, compact bag. I think everyone always wonders, how many bags should I take? So it's good to know that you can pack them all separately.
Yeah,
and
separate
keep
bags
yourself
help,
organised.
especially for the husband. They know which bags which ones they need to unpack in the delivery room, because then you normally change to a separate room for your recovery room. So they don't need to be unpacking all of your stuff in the first room. Otherwise they'd repack it to take.
Such a thing. I packed one bag when I went in, and mess. And I went in so organised, but felt it was messy. So having separate bags really does work. Now, which one are we going on to next? We're going on to baby's bag. Baby. So again, a nice, neat, compact bag for baby. And we're going to go through what items you will need for your baby in your hospital bag.
I do tend to think I probably overpack a bit, but it's nice to have options for baby when they're born.
If we're not overpacking a big bag, it's okay. We're not taking everything in, but you want to have everything that you might need to have, especially if you're there for a few days.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of the cellular blankets. So I've got a really big one and then a slightly smaller one, but they're breathable. You can use them when feeding. You can wrap them and swaddle them in these as well. So these come in handy for many different things.
And the cellular blankets just mean they've got the holes in, so they are breathable blankets.
Yeah,
so they,
nice and safe.
Yeah, they're very safe for baby. So we've got a large one, we've got a smaller one. And as you can see, Sarah is having a little baby girl. We've got all the pinks
There's some
going
pink
on
things
here.
going on this time, yeah. I have just a giant, like very gentle bamboo blanket to swaddle, like a very large one. The hospital are normally very good at showing you how to do swaddles yourself. So we've got a nice one of those, and then a muslin blanket or cloth, but again very large, so you can swaddle them as well as use it for feeding.
Perfect. And I think whatever you do take into the hospital, for example, a swaddling blanket or anything, the hospital will help show you exactly how to use it for when you get home.
Yeah. Okay, I then have, so if I go to her outfit, obviously you don't know exactly how big baby will be.
Exactly.
So I've got a few that are newborn and zip ones, which is
Oh, so
highly
tiny.
recommended. So instead of all the poppers, it's really good to have zips.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, the easiest thing is ones with built-in feet and then the hands that you can turn over. Otherwise you're
Save the
putting on
mitts.
socks and mitts and they pull them off every second.
Yeah. And mums, you will, if this is your first, you'll start to recognise every brand's different, every shop's got a different style, but you'll find what works for you. But the zips and I think the built-in hand and feet are really easy.
Helpful. Yeah, so this one has poppers, but again it's got the fold over hands and the built-in feet, so no worrying about socks and mittens.
Yeah. I think it's all about ease when it comes to having a newborn.
Yes. So yeah, I've got a few outfits like that, button down, plain ones, and then I've got some slightly bigger ones that are 0 to 3 months if she's not in the tiny newborn size.
Yeah. So good to have a range of clothes. And again, they do get through these so quickly. So if you are in the hospital for a couple of days, don't expect to be one outfit a day. We get through them very quickly.
They do.
And your birth partner or somebody visiting might be bringing more in for you as well.
Yeah, and you also like to take nice photos to send to everyone, so you do tend to change their outfits a bit.
And I think the going home outfit as well, if they've got something nice to go home in.
Exactly.
I do remember my little boy having a very cute little stripy outfit that we loved, but it was 10 times too big for him because he was very small, and it was hanging off of him. So yeah, do be prepared that you will want maybe a few sizes and a few outfits.
When they're born, I also recommend putting a hat on them just to keep them warm. So I have various hats that go with various outfits.
Yeah. Now it's different times, different phases. Sometimes different hospitals will recommend hats, some don't. So do take your own if you don't want to get in there, and then the hospital give you a hat if they are recommending hats. So
and sometimes with the aircon, it can be a bit colder here.
Yeah.
Completely not required, but as I'm having a girl, multiple headbands for the photos.
Absolutely, make it all nice for the photos.
And then just in case, I do have a few mitts and socks.
Perfect. Yeah. And these are all tiny items. They're so small.
So small.
You can fit lots in your bag, yeah. And it's all, again, this is where you need to be organised, because such small items, little socks, they get lost if they were in your bag, I think, with your pyjamas and everything.
And then what my son had and really liked is the swaddles. So these ones are easier, that you don't have to work out how to wrap it yourself. It's got the zips and they have their hands up, so they feel nice and secure.
Perfect.
And tend to be quite calm when they're in these when they sleep.
Brilliant.
And then other than that, so I've got for her a couple of dummies. My son wasn't bothered by dummies at all to start with, but just in case. And to go with that is a sterilizer. So it's like a UV one that you just click the light on.
This is for your dummy, a sterilizer. This is amazing. I never actually used a dummy. My son never wanted a dummy, so we didn't actually give him one. It's good. I never forget mums dropping their dummies all the time and then licking their dummies and their dummies. So this is amazing.
So yeah, it's just got a click button and it's a UV light, so it's very easy to sterilise.
Brilliant.
And then the hospitals do have nappies and everything that you need, but I've just got
a few.
Yeah. Like small newborn ones.
And by the way, you'll get through so many. How many nappies do you think you get through, Sarah, in the beginning time? I can't even remember now. How many?
I want to say about 10 a day.
If not more.
It's constant.
Yeah. It's constant changing. Whether you want to go for these nappies, reusable nappies, have a look into it before your baby's born.
Stock up beforehand, for sure.
Yeah. You'll be buying a lot of nappies.
And that's it for her, other than I just have a small teddy, which will be when my son comes to visit, as something that he can give to her as a gift. And then we're thinking of what from baby can be a gift to him as well.
Such a nice idea. Yep, so if you have got an older one, always nice to think of how they're going to interact with the new baby as well.
So that's her bag.
So that is baby girl's bag. We shall put that one over here. Now, last but not least, we have got a third bag. So the third bag, we are looking at what goes into making the nice. So you've got to think about when you give birth, making your environment comfortable. Now, if you're at home, it's easy, be in your home environment. But if you're transitioning from your home into a hospital environment, we want to take some of the home with us and make it feel like home. So when you get there, you can recreate that same bubble that you had when you're at home.
Exactly. So in terms of for the room itself, so one of my favourite things that I've used for the last 2 years is a humidifier. So this one I can plug in, it's got really soft lighting that changes colour gradually, so it's nice and calming, but you can also put essential oils in it. So I normally put water and lavender in it and just have that in the room, especially if it's at night and it's dark. It's just a nice night light, side light to have.
Very nice.
And then I continued to use this at home as well when breastfeeding at night. Instead of needing to turn on a big bright lamp, it's much nicer to turn on at night. So that is
all the nice smells as well.
Yeah. So smell-wise, I have a little pouch here, and it's got
bag of smells.
I like the smells, the calming smells. So I have a room spray here. So it's got things like chamomile and lavender in it. I have a rosemary one here that goes in the dehumidifier.
Yeah.
And I also have a pillow spray as well, which I use every evening now, so it'll be quite a familiar thing to have in the hospital.
That's a brilliant thing to say. I think whatever you associate calming in your own home, spray it throughout your pregnancy, get used to it in your pregnancy, and then take that into labour with you and smell that in your hospital room, and you're going to associate the nice smells that you smell at home and feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other things I have, and I had these last time, it's just the LED candles.
Yeah.
So we had the room quite dark in the evening, had these on. If I go into the water birthing pool as well, we can put these out because they're just battery operated.
Yeah.
So they're nice and calming.
So obviously no real candles in the hospital.
No,
Unfortunately, it would be so nice if you could. But the LED lights, candles, they've got a nice effect too.
Yeah, they've got like a flickering dimmer on them, so they actually are really nice. For me, I have a face mask or eye mask. I tend to, last birth, had my eyes closed a lot, just zone out from everyone else and everything that's going on.
I think it's great if you put an eye mask on. It's almost like if someone talks to you and you don't feel like replying, if you're in the middle of a contraction and you don't want to talk to someone, eye mask on. You're not ignoring them, you've just got your eye mask on, you're drawing within in your own world. Also, if you give birth, say you're going to the hospital, and labour is progressing and you don't want to let the outside world in, your partner's driving you in, feel free to sit in the back of the car. And I always say this, sit in the back of the car, no need to sit in the front, no need to see any traffic lights, sit in the back, put your eye mask on and zone out.
And have some headphones as well. I have my small daily ones, but I'll more than likely use these ones because it can really zone out of everything else that's going on.
I think you feel, when you've got bigger ones on, you do feel a little bit more like you're zoning out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also have a speaker for the room, just to put some music on and make it as calm as possible.
Sarah, have you made any playlists?
I haven't made any playlists.
Are you going to make some?
I think so. My husband's normally the one that's good with the music, so that's one of his tasks. Yeah. So most of the room things are the tasks that he has, so it's good for the husband to have purpose.
Absolutely.
And not feel third wheel. So.
On. But also I think if you're in that mode where you want to really relax, zone out like we said, have a really soft, comfortable, nice relaxing playlist. But sometimes you don't want that, you want to get moving, so maybe have a second playlist which is a bit more
upbeat.
Yeah, a bit more upbeat.
And then I need to get some snacks, but again I think that'll be a husband job.
Yeah, and more last minute because you do eat them before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've got some energy drinks.
Yeah, brilliant.
And what I found really helpful last time was having a cup with a straw, so that you're not having to open it and faff around with it. Your partner can easily just pass you something with a straw. So I think that's really handy to have.
Yeah, and you'll want to constantly sip things. It's going to be thirsty. It's thirsty work. You're going to be thirsty.
Yeah, and something with a bit of energy as well, a bit of sugar.
Yeah.
What else do I have? So just basics like phone chargers if you're there for a couple of days.
Don't forget that. There's nothing worse if your phone goes dead, or you can't take any pictures or anything.
Exactly.
So keep charged.
I have one of these which is just something to put your phone on, so when you've got a baby and you're Zooming or FaceTiming family, instead of trying to hold the phone and the baby, we can pop the phone there and one less thing to hold.
Yeah, because you've got your hands full when you've got a new baby, and you're going to have your second one come in as well. So you're going to have hands will be very busy. And
this I found so helpful last time. So a U-shaped pillow instead of holding and being very tense in your shoulders when feeding.
So this is for afterwards.
Yeah, you actually put it around.
Place it round and lay baby on
and lay baby on it. Yeah.
Brilliant, yeah.
So I found it really good after have it here, baby's here, you're not having to hold them up. Also then after I could put it down and place baby here, take photos, they're nice and supported.
Yeah. I actually found as well, I took my pregnancy pillow into labour with me.
Yeah.
A great big pregnancy pillow, it came with me, but it helped me birth. I just got into different positions where maybe I wouldn't have felt comfortable, and the hospital pillows aren't always great, so it's nice to have something a bit more homely and a bit more comfortable for you.
And the hospitals do have the birthing balls and everything here, otherwise I'd definitely be taking one of those.
I do think most hospitals do have a birthing ball. If they don't have a birthing ball, check with your own hospital and definitely take one in with you, because you're going to sit on that and you're going to help ease yourself in and out of labour on one. Yeah.
Then other things for me, so hairbrush.
Definitely hairbrush.
I definitely
yeah.
had very matted hair at the end
and
of
the
birth.
hair bands as well. You want to
Yes,
hair
I have
bands,
lots
probably
of
in there.
hair bands in here. So I've got a few things to add, but shampoo, conditioner, dry shampoo is always a winner as well if you don't feel afterwards that you can be bothered to wash your hair. Lots of hair bands, lip balm.
Yes.
Lip balm is a must.
Lip balm is 100% a must in the hospital.
And I've got one that is like a chapstick one as well, that is much easier to put on than opening the tins.
Yeah, all about ease.
Just things that like go-to things for you. So I really like my face cream. So I've got a face cream, and then I know I won't be bothered with makeup, but I've just got like a bronzer, blush,
Something
and that's
that
it.
you feel good when you got your guests come in, and also when you're going home, and you've got your going home pictures as
Yes.
well. Yeah.
And then I've got a couple more things. So I have Spritz for Bits.
And we've heard about this.
Which
Can you tell them what Spritz for Bits is?
Yeah, so it's just a spray that you can use after birth. It's really good for keeping clean. It's really good for bruising and just a bit of extra relief. And it's a bit numbing as well. So highly recommend having that.
I think everybody has that in their bag now, yeah.
Yes. And the other thing, I had this last time and didn't use it, but I think it's good to have in case you do. And it's just like a little, I don't know how to explain it really, a little bottle that you fill with water, and then when you go to the toilet or you just want to clean, it's easier to do it. You can just spray it at the same time. So it's just for hygiene and also if things are a bit sore. So I just think it's good to have it in case. Again, they have all pads and things in the hospital, but I've got some breast pads just in case.
And breast pads, I'll never forget getting breast pads and thinking I'm not going to need this many breast pads. Not just for I don't mean for hospital bag, but I mean for general, you know, like the first few months.
I must have gone through hundreds.
So many breast pads. You can get reusable ones, but the disposable ones as well. You're using them all day, every day.
All day, all night.
Yeah.
And then last thing, which is important for here, are just important documents. So passports, visas, and Emirates ID and attested marriage certificate, just to register baby when she's born.
Do check with what information you'll need to take to your own hospital, depending on what country you're in.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So we've got all 3 bags. Well, that's amazing. Thank you, Sarah. And
Thank you.
Not long to go now. So we wish you all the luck, and can't wait to hear your birthing story.
Thank you.
And hopefully now, mums, you've learnt what to put in your hospital bag. So this is from a real live mum. So this is what Sarah will be taking into the hospital to birth with. So thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you for joining me today at Beyond Mums, and lovely to have you here.
Thanks.
I hope you've enjoyed this interview, Mum, and the most important thing is that you have learnt from it. So if you'd like to see more and to help me produce more content, more interviews, please do subscribe to my channel. So hit the button below and subscribe. Also subscribe, like and share with your friends, and together, Mum, we can help enhance and empower other mums' journeys. If there's something that you have liked in this video, or if there's something else that you want to see in other videos and interviews, please do comment below. Hope to see you back soon, Mum.